Before she was a champion, she was a faction leader. And before she was even Iyo Sky, she was Iyo Shirai, a high-flying, hard-hitting wrestling prodigy from Japan. In just a few years, Iyo Sky has transformed from a niche favorite on NXT into one of the most dangerous and dynamic stars in WWE's entire women's division. This is the rise of Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky was born May 8, 1990 in Kamakura, Japan. Her real name is Masami Odate. From a young age, her and her sister, Mio Shirai, shared a passion for wrestling, and both pursued it professionally. Iyo debuted in 2007, at age 17, quickly gaining traction in Japan's all-women's promotions, like All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling Wave, and most notably, World Wonder Ring Stardom. In Stardom, Iyo became a breakout star. She won the World Stardom Championship, the promotion's top title, multiple times, and earned the nickname the Genius of the Sky, thanks to her flawless moonsaults and her unmatched athleticism. In 2016, she was named #1 in all of Pro Wrestling's Illustrated Women's Top 50 for the Japanese circuit, a rare achievement for someone outside of North America. In 2018, Iyo Shirai officially signed with WWE and debuted in the Mae Young Classic, reaching the finals before finally losing to Toni Storm. But even in defeat, her star power was undeniable. Iyo fully transitioned into NXT, forming an alliance with Kairi Sane and Asuka as part of Team WWE Japan. But it wasn't long before she forged her own path. At TakeOver 25 in 2019, Iyo shocked fans by attacking Candice LeRae, turning heel for the first time in WWE. This marked a turning point. She ditched the cheerful babyface image and leaned into a darker, edgier persona, complete with a new entrance theme, darker gear, and a more aggressive in-ring style. On June 7, 2020 at NXT TakeOver In Your House, Iyo Shirai wins her first WWE Championship, defeating Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match to become the NXT Women's Champion. The reign would last 304 days, one of the longest in NXT history. Iyo defended her title against top contenders like Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, and even Sasha Banks in a high-profile crossover match on NXT The Great American Bash. Throughout her reign, she consistently delivered match-of-the-night performances, proving herself not just as a champion, but as the new standard for the NXT women's division. After recovering from a minor injury in early 2022, Iyo returned in grand fashion at SummerSlam, under a new name, Iyo Sky. Alongside Bayley and Dakota Kai, she formed a faction Damage Control, immediately inserting herself in the Raw and SmackDown main event scenes. This wasn't just a rebranding, it was a signal. Iyo Sky was no longer just an NXT standout. She was a major player on the main roster. The group dominated the women's tag division. Iyo and Dakota won the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, holding them for 114 days, the second longest reign since the belts were introduced. Their alliance with Bayley brought a new level of menace to the WWE Women's roster. On July 1st, 2023, at Money in the Bank in London, Iyo Sky climbed the ladder and captured the briefcase. But what made it memorable was the strategy. She handcuffed Bayley and Becky Lynch to each other, literally using her teammates against each other to secure victory. 1 month later, at SummerSlam 2023, Iyo cashed in on Bianca Belair following a grueling match. She became the WWE Women's Champion, cementing her place at the top of the mountain. From that point on, her reign saw her fend off challenges like Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Bianca again. She evolved, blending ruthless heel tactics with her signature aerial artistry. As Damage Control began to fracture in late 2023 and early 2024, Iyo stepped into a leadership role. When Dakota Kai suffered an injury and tensions rose with Bayley, Iyo adapted. Unlike many who flounder post-faction, Iyo Sky thrived. She began to carry matches on weekly TV and PLEs, consistently praised by fans and analytics alike. By now, it was clear. Iyo Sky wasn't just a transitional champ. She was a generational talent, holding the title for over 180 days before losing it in a high-stakes match at WrestleMania 40. At WrestleMania 40, Iyo Sky's 246-day reign as WWE Women's Champion concluded when Bayley, her former Damage Control ally, defeated her in a highly anticipated match. Following the 2024 WWE Draft, Sky transitioned into Raw alongside the remaining members of Damage Control. In May, she showcased her resilience by advancing to the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament, securing victories over Natalya, Shayna Baszler, before falling to Lyra Valkyria. In July, Sky participated in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was ultimately won by Tiffany Stratton. Despite the setback, Sky's determination remained unwavering. August of that year marked a turning point as Damage Control began feuding with Pure Fusion Collective, leading to a face turn for the group. Sky and Kairi Sane pursued the Women's Tag Team Championships, but were unsuccessful in their attempts at both Raw and Crown Jewel. In November, Sky's momentum surged as she won a Battle Royal to become the #1 contender for the World's Women's Championship. Although she didn't capture the title at Saturday night's main event, she demonstrated her endurance by entering the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble as the first entrant and lasting over an hour, setting a new record before it was surpassed later that night. March 3rd, 2025 marked a career-defining moment for Iyo Sky, as she defeated Rhea Ripley on Raw to claim the Women's World Championship. This victory distinguished her as the 7th Women's Grand Slam Champion and the 10th Women's Triple Crown Champion in WWE history, as well as the first wrestler to achieve Grand Slam status in both Japan and in America. At WrestleMania 41, Iyo solidified her legacy by retaining her title in a triple threat match against Rhea and Bianca Belair. The match received a historic 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer, the first women's match in WWE to earn such acclaim. In the weeks following WrestleMania 41, Sky continued to assert her dominance. On May 12th, she teamed with Rhea Ripley to secure a victory over Roxanne Perez and Julia on Raw. By June 2025, Iyo Sky stands as not only as the reigning Women's World Champion, but also as a trailblazer who has redefined excellence in the WWE Women's division.